My husband spent 2 years of our marriage comparing me to his ex-girlfriend. Her cooking was better, her style was more elegant, her laugh was more musical. I tried to be understanding, tried to measure up, tried to ignore the constant comparisons that made me feel like a consolation prize. Then I discovered he'd been texting her the entire time we'd been married, and when I finally confronted him with evidence, he gaslit me so thoroughly I questioned my own sanity. That's when his ex reached out to me directly and told me something that changed everything. He'd done the exact same thing to her, compared her to his previous ex, made her feel inadequate, used the same manipulation tactics. I wasn't special. I wasn't the problem. I was just the latest woman in his pattern. I'm 28 years old, and I was married to my husband Grant for 2 years before it ended. We dated for a year before getting married, so 3 years total together. I met Grant when I was 24, working as a paralegal at a mid-sized law firm. He was 29, working in sales for a medical equipment company. He was charming, confident, successful. He pursued me intensely, and I was flattered by the attention. Grant had been in a serious relationship before me with a woman named Lily. They dated for 3 years and had been engaged briefly before breaking up about 6 months before Grant and I met. He was upfront about it, told me the relationship had ended because they wanted different things from life. She'd wanted to move across the country for a job opportunity, and he hadn't wanted to leave. They tried long distance for a few months, but it hadn't worked. He seemed mature and honest about it, not bitter or hung up on her. That should have been my first clue. He talked about her too comfortably, too often. The comparisons started small, so subtle I almost didn't notice them at first. We'd be cooking dinner together, and he'd mention that Lily used to make this amazing pasta carbonara from scratch. Or we'd be getting ready to go out, and he'd comment that Lily always knew exactly what to wear for every occasion. Little comments that seemed innocuous, almost complimentary of his ex, but that left me feeling vaguely inadequate. As our relationship progressed, the comparisons increased. We'd be at a party and someone would tell a joke and Grant would laugh and say, Lily had this laugh that would just light up a whole room. Everyone would start laughing just because she was laughing. Or we'd be discussing vacation plans and he'd mention how Lily had been so good at finding unique, off the beaten path destinations, implying that my suggestions for beach resorts were boring and unimaginative. I tried to address it early on.